Okay. So, good afternoon, everybody. Again, good evening for India. And before I introduce Parthapatim Bhattacharya, let me tell you one short story. That will be best thing. So, uh, I was working in National Institute of Rural Development. I came for a on deputation there, and there was a time on COVID during the COVID period. Suddenly, one of our colleague was on leave without any informing to our director. So director was very annoyed and not happy at all, and he make lot of this committee, that committee for punishment of that colleague for the faculty. And after 7 days, he joined to the institute, and after 7 days, he come out with a learning management system, LMS system, when all the NIRT faculties were facing problem, how to conduct training program and this in online because of the COVID time. And administration was busy to purchase a learning management system, software and companies and other. Our colleague, one of the colleague, the 7 days, he was working and to prepare a LMS. Then he presented that LMS to us because he is from the IT background, engineer, and we gave the name of that LMS as Proshikhan. We work a lot, we fight a lot, how to work that thing, and but finally it was done. That is a beautiful system. Everything can be done through that learning management system. Which and most of the things, the interesting thing is that these are all open sources available software, and he that 7 days with the dedication he made all the things and he come out with a solution which is called LMS Proshikhan. And this is the story for Parthapatim Bhattacharya. He was the man, he was my colleague, and he was the thing. So when we were thinking the problem, how to think, working on the problem, and he made the solution because he is from the IT department, IT background. He did a lot on this IT sector. But both of us, we used to work on that project management course, and he used to take the session and plan how IT can help in the project management. So the Parthapatim Bhattacharya is a faculty assistant professor, National Institute of Rural Development and Panchayati Raj, Eastern Regional Center, Guwahati, under Ministry of Rural Development, Government of India. But presently doing his PhD from National Institute of Technology, Mizoram. But these are all not that much thing because this is part of the career and other. But the thing is, you always when we face problem, we start somewhere, he start from there. Okay, and that's why I requested him, Parthapatim Bhattacharya. He to take this session, and this session is you will get lot of things. The presentation he will later part share with you. Lot of things are there, but how the open source, because most of the MS project and other, these are paid version, which is very costly. But he used to believe on that that people should get the open access, open source software. So that's why we requested him to take this session. Now over to Parthapatim Bhattacharya to take the session on how IT can help in project management, particularly in the field of rural development. Over to Parthapatim Bhattacharya.
Thank you, Jayantullah, to give me a chance to take this session. I think before starting anything, I think I have to tell my small background. I am Parthapatim Bhattacharya, working in Assistant Professor in National Institute of Rural Development and Panchayati Raj, Northeast Regional Center, Guwahati. I am working here from 2008, and in between I worked almost 6.5 years in Ministry of Rural Development, and where I handle the socio-economic caste census. I think almost all of you who know that one caste census was completed by Ministry of Rural Development as well as RGI department, that is Janagana department, and other departments. So they are first time in India we have used a tablet PC, Android-based tablet PC, and that was in the year of 2011 or 2010, like that, where we have used this PC. I think all of this program has done by that using open source software. So that was one of the success of that. Before going to this session, I want to say I'm basically an engineer, and I'm a electrical engineer degree holder, and again I have a electronics and communication engineer also degree holder, and my master degree in computer science and engineering. I'm a chartered engineer in electrical engineering. And Jantada already told that is I am doing my PhD. My PhD is in renewable energy. So all of the places I work in a multidiscipline based. And like this project management, others Jantada, whatever he told, because in the time of the COVID, we are roaming for getting some solution, how the people can do at the time of when that everything is closed, what type of solution we can do. And there we have used this type of solution where the project management also we can do by using that computer based system, or any online based system, or any other open source software which is available in the market. Before starting that, I have to tell what is open source software, because everybody knows that is what is the software is getting free of cost, that means it is the open source. It is not like that. It is totally different. Open source software means the source code which is available in the a particular software. The source code should be available. It does not mean it is a free or it is not free. If it is free, then it is called the free and open source software, or FOSS. If it is not free, then it is called the open source software. With compared to that proprietary software, you cannot get this source code, so that you don't know what inside it. Now, whenever you get that open source software, you can use it, you can learn it, even you can modify, you can download. If you want to change somewhere in the code, or you are allowed to do that. And no licensing system can resist you. Just I can give one example, because we are, Jantada already told, that is that learning management system or e-learning portal. So we have the e-learning portal. So in that e-learning portal, an entire classroom can be placed in the virtual mode. Now, somewhere I found this something is not properly placed. I want to make some changes. I go inside the code, like here it is, sometimes it is used the PHP code. So we want to go for the code. I want to change whatever I like. No licensing part or no BSD license can resist me, and I can use it. Even I can change my name also, and I can go for my logo if I think. So this is the advantage of that open source software. But in parallel, open source software, some disadvantages are also there. The people who are using the open source software, it is if it is, you can think for the free and open source software is you have to use. If you get any problem, nobody can help. So then what I have to do? So in that case, you have a society, because all the open source softwares are developed by the volunteers throughout the world. They are contributing it. There is a group out of that codes which they are getting. So some portion of the code is used by this entire group. They have changed, they have modified, and finally they have placed it. So like proprietary software, no part of this software is developed by a single company. It is made by a society, and the society is helpful to each and everybody where you can get a problem. And after that, whenever it is finalized, and that is incorporated. Similarly, we have the open source operating system like Linux based operating system. Even though you are using Android, which Android is in your mobile phone, and this is fully open source. It's owned by the Google. And as per the statistics, 1.32% internet user using the laptop and desktop, and rest almost 99% user use in the internet through their PDA or mobile phone, and they are using this open source operating system. Now, whatever you find all over the world, now 4 operating systems are used. That is Windows, Mac operating system for Apple, and Linux as well as Android. So today, whatever the things are coming, that should be come in favor of these 4 operating systems. So this is the basic of this, and knowingly, unknowingly, most of you are using that open source software. And even though world most critical websites like Amazon website and etc. This is written by the WordPress. That is almost world 60% CMS markets are taken. That also in the open source. So there you can understand that is where the open source softwares are used. Now another example we can give in parallel to that. World crores of IoT devices are the Internet of Things, like your car. Car is also a IoT device, and there one operating system used inside this car, and they are mostly use the Debian-based Linux software, this operating system. So you can use that almost everywhere, this open source software. Some of the softwares which are about like Microsoft Office and etc. These are the now proprietary software. Yes, obviously they want to make the business. So before starting that project management part, I have to tell this basic of the open source. So if you understand this open source
Are
software,
you
then
going to make any PPT, Parsada?
uh-huh.
PPT? Are you sharing PPT?
I'm just give me some time. I'll tell you because I'm open it. I will share. So now I'm going to start that project management part where that is the open source is the use, because before starting I have to tell some idea about that open source. Otherwise, if you have some confusion, that is open source mean something is the free, it is not like that. As an example, I can give you the Google giving a free of course a number of software, that is Google Suite and etc. Even Google this Meet also we are getting the free of course. Don't think it is open source. And whenever you are using the free software, you are become a product of the Google, and you use the software, you are giving your data to the Google, and Google may sell that data also. So this way, and so your confusion should come out. That is open source. It does not mean that it is a free software. Now I am coming for main topic, which is IT enable, mainly the project management. So software for the project management. So that thing we will discuss. So I am going to share my screen, and I switch off that is a camera, because maybe bandwidth issues may come. Here I am finding to now this the bandwidth is there, but I think after 1 hour I found as a statistic the bandwidth reduced. So that is that common thing, because it is we are staying in the northeast. So I am closing my camera and I am sharing my screen. Uh, Screen is here. I think screen is visible. Jantoda. Hello.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yes,
Okay.
visible, sir.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
I am starting. So today we will discuss that is the project management, which is the mainly IT and software based, and all are the open source. Just some problems maybe there. Now it is showing that you have screen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So overview of today's discussion. First is that introduction of the project management, importance of project management, history of project management, paradigm of project management, basic tools and implementation. Then software tools, open source software tools, starting from the Project Libra, where we can go for the open source project management, which is one of the important tools for that project management. Now come for the what is project management. I think my other speakers may already be discussed it, but small 1 to 3 points I have to tell. Framework and tools for planning, management, completing the large scale project. Because whenever the project is become large, we can't handle it by a pen and paper. We have to manage it proper tools where we have that use some tools like software tools like computers and etc. It is a totally new profession or field because previously most of the time this project was handled by the pen and papers and other uh, equipment and things, and here whenever we can go for this we have to use that computer tools. Now in case of that, IT can be applied to all the stages of the project management and improving, so that improve of that quality of it. Mainly we can go for the IT tools because uh, for reducing the human errors, because whenever we do something, do calculation, maybe can we give one example, say whenever we are multiplying it or etc, maybe you can reduce 1 0 or you can increase the zero, is a human error. But whenever you do that project management tools through that software and others, so it will be take care of it. So I'm using one Excel sheet because better to say the Excel because most of you know the Excel, but for ours we are telling the spreadsheet. Now, if you make that all that almost part where the input are there, but the output part, if you use the equations and some AI tools, and whenever you change one places and these position input changes from the one position, so entire calculation is changing automatically. So there is no chance of the human errors except input of the data. So here the main advantages of these IT tools for applying for the project management, because you know that is the whenever we can discuss anything or calculation, so spreadsheets are coming. Why the tools are important? Tremendous growth of the recent years, because you can think that is in nowadays everything is increased and uh, all the part it becomes very critical. So we have to think for the recent years for thinking this growth part. And whenever we think for the growth part, uh, because every part is an increase, so the tools we have to improve. Tools are increasingly used in the business and organizations. So whenever the business organization, they have a lot of ERP tools are there, where the ERP tools are there, that is that it is automation part is coming, and ERP tools helps to maintain entire system. So here project management part is a very small part of the ERP tools. Measurable benefits. So whenever you are coming, everything it is the single system. So whenever you change anything, it is reflected to everywhere. So whatever the benefits, whatever profit, loss, everything will be come at a glance. So we can generate the MIS from that also. And it is a new career possibilities. If you are a good project handling person, because these persons are now very demanding in that. Maybe somebody maybe know that is the Odoo or SAP. These are the one of the two important ERP tools. There the project management part are also there. So I think most of you heard the name of the SAP also. And Odoo is the open source. So there a small component is the project management. Now, especially the critical in the large projects such as the geographical information system or GIS part here, that is important for that, because everywhere now, whenever do a project, there that GIS is a very important, because you are thinking, you are trying to make a building, say as a project of the building. You can say that is a building is already there, and you take the money, do everything, and you can, hello, please don't disturb, let me continue. So you can tell that building is completed, but the building is already there. How you can detect it? So in that case, GIS tools is very important, because
Parthoda, are you sharing any PPT? We are not seeing it.
it is not observable.
No. Please.
All right. Just,
No, it is visible. You please log out and again log in. It will come out. It's
log
visible.
out.
It is visible.
Okay.
What I do? Log out and log in.
Those who are not able to see, they can log out and log in. But your PPT is visible. Partha
Okay.
sir, your
Okay.
PPT is visible.
Okay.
Okay. I think
Sir,
I have.
Partha sir, go ahead, sir. Your
Yes.
PPT is visible. Please go
Okay.
ahead.
Yes. So for the GIS part, what is important? Because whenever we are taking the satellite images, uh, because we can take, I think, layer by layer images. I think initially, whenever we check, that is that building was not there. After sometimes, whenever you are starting the a building, so it will show that GIS images that that places was not anything such and such date. Whenever you start working, the print level it is completed, then one by one it is increased, so you can see the changes. So if you say that is the building is completed, if it is building is initially there and after that completed, so this type of things can be avoided by using the GIS. So these are one of the major application of that project management or project part, the GIS, because this things was not there, now it is incorporated to that. If you do, or if anybody try to do any fraudulent method, that can be detected through that. And these IT tools are very important. And you can say you have a lot of open source tools as well as government of India. There is a lot of GIS tools are available. That is e-Panchayat and etc. They are linked, because this is not a part of today's discussion. So I am not coming these things. So government of India has a lot of this type of GIS based application where we can take that project management part, and these portals are linked to the Panchayat also. So all the Panchayats are linked to that e-Gram Swaraj, where that e-Gram Swaraj has a part of that project management, where the project is movement can be observed in their MIS, and which is linked to GIS. So this is very important for the GIS based project management. Source and system integration. Whenever the input and system moving the system and it is coming to the end, where that is tools are very important, and there we can say that is that e-Gram Swaraj take a major part of it, because it is tools mainly from the Ministry of Panchayati Raj. Now I can go for an introduction for, now we can go for the history. Scientific approaches to the industry and the business in the early 20th century. I think some Ford, Taylor, etc. they are thinking for that. Advent and very large project in the Second World War. Whenever the Second World War, I think you know that is things changes, because a number of scientific discoveries, inventions was happened in the Second World War, and there a large part of the project management also changed, because after Second World War also there is a quickly it has to be make that infrastructure and etc. Big infrastructures like bridges, buildings whatever has been destroyed in the Second World War. So there, that project management was helped to build quickly the infrastructure, construction of that all that public infrastructures. And then we can say realization that the new management technique were needed for such projects. So whenever the new management technique is such projects are there, in that case, computer-based management system was introduced. So there that project management was become important. Now some 2-3 examples are given. I think some P-15 aircraft projects and etc. are there. So a number of maneuvering and etc. is showing. These are just as a history only. Now comes for the project management technique developed in the 1950 to 1960, primarily for the military project. Increase that popularity in the variety of the organization from the 1980s to the present. I have a request, because whenever somebody are in the online, you kindly mute your mic. So some noise are coming, so it is becoming. Kindly mute your mic. Mute your mics. So increase the popularity in the variety of the business and organizations from the 1980s to the present. So from 1980, there is a change has come. Creation the project manager as a distinct occupation, because from there it is the concept is coming, that is the some project manager should be there and they should control the project. So this project management professionals and other certification programs were started. I think this running mainly from the 1980s and onward, maybe some 50 years tentatively. Some paradigms of project management, general studies theory, something has come 1936. Then flow diagram is the program, because whenever you are thinking a project, so you have to make some flow diagram. Now these flow diagram or these flow charts are very important, because you can do it in a paper rather than it comes to the computerized flow charts and etc. Led to the structure to the industry, that is the vertical and horizontal. Whenever the industrial structure is becoming increasing in that vertical mode and the horizontal mode, that is another important part is there. Some critical points they are thinking just in time, because whenever you have give the time management, so the time part is the most important, because some projects are depending some others on. So whenever one critical project or critical portion is fault, so others are affected. And complex system theories are also important. Now, basic tools: organization, project life cycle, project proposal, work breakdown structure. These are the basic things. I think already our speakers may be discussed, so I don't want to go for this part. Just I will show that is where that part is available in the software. Now, scheduling and visualization, Gantt chart, project evolution and review technique, PRT, because I think all of you knows whenever you are running in that management part and etc. There are the PRT and critical path method or CPM part everybody knows. I think that is measure they are making initially in that paper. Then you go for I think software tools. Now come organization tools, project life cycle, that is understanding the planning for the entire lifespan of the project, because I have given a small idea of which can be generated from the software. 4 basic stages: initiation, planning, execution and closure. So I think better the persons who are linked to that, they will discuss better, because they are basically from the management background. I am that IT part, so I will discuss only how to do it through the software. documents outlining and arguing for the proposed project, then providing the foundation of the project planning. I think just before that, Jantoda already discussed the project proposal and etc. Often in response to the request for the proposal, now open or targeted call for proposed project and address given the needs, because how to write the proposal etc details, you have to make a papers, you have started from there, then you go for the tools, then uh, next is the typical component is that proposal, that is the problem definition, mission and goal and scope, stakeholders, that is a very important, you have to define it and you have to put it, benefits, resource needed, including the budget and etc. Because whenever we are discussing is that we have to think for the budget, then task and milestones, that is called as short analysis or SOT analysis, and then risk, then outcome and deliverable. So this part is the most important. We will discuss it in better way, because deliverables, whenever we cannot say, so project may not be accepted. Now here it is that software, how it can be sold, work breakdown structure, because whenever that work first part, second part, third part, like that, so defines an organization work elements of project, then work breakdown set into the major task, values assigned for the portion of the total work represented by each task. Now you can say that is that level 1, it is a bicycle part. Now in the bicycle, whatever the level 2, that is frame set, crank, wheels, etc. is there. Now whatever the part, now sub parts are there in the level 3 frame, handlebar, fork, steel, etc. So this is the breakdown part. Means whenever a project, it is step by step. I think it is a tree type where it is that breaking it, and it will be make a sub part of the project. So first level, second level, third level, it may be fourth level, it may be nth level also. So finally, whenever this parent node and child nodes, in the last one, the horizontal part, that is that n numbers of child nodes are there. That is the basically small blocks where you have to do. Whenever small blocks are completed, it will be come to that project tree for the next level. So you can give one example for that. Whenever some sensors are there, these sensors are take sensing some environmental information or data. So whenever we think for that digital management, so these sensors are converted to the digital. So first level it is compute, then it is go to the next level. Next level it is compute. Finally it go to the final data, and this final data will go to a next server. Server means which give some services, and from that you can see some the MIS. So MIS you can say that is the project progress and etc. So this way the breakdown, and whenever we go for the small part, so whenever we can think that is the small parts are working properly, so then only we can say that is that all the portions are working. So if one portion, one block is becoming problematic, so it will be affecting to the next level, and erroneous data may come or errors may come in the entire project. Schedule and visualizing tools. Now Gantt chart is one of the most popular, is there, developed by the 1917 by Henry Gantt as a tool for the managing the factory production. Here I am previously I discussed one project for the bicycle. Another part is the sensor data. So whenever we are thinking for that factory and everywhere, there should be a sensor. Why the sensor is required? Because computer or any electronic system does not know anything until unless a non-electrical quantity is converted into a electrical quantity. So that is a sensor, and that sensor will be placed in the factory or in the place everywhere. If you use a doing for what? Just I can give one example, and that is a GIS. So for GIS will be, there is a camera. This camera will take the images of a particular area. Now images this particular area, they are making one plane, and each point they are making some pixel. That is the point, because you know everybody, that is whenever we try to make a picture, there is a combination of n number of pictures. Something we are telling that is equals to say something SD or full HD, etc., etc. So each point there is a color, so RGB. So whenever these colors are there, this is the RGB. That is, if it is a present one, it is not present, is a zero. So this way it is the making. So whenever this taking a picture, this is the pixels are becoming. These pixels are coming is the present or absent mode, and these are the making one combination of data. Data is that equivalent to the 10 format is for the digital data. So this is that part is the sensing information. Non-electrical quantity is becoming electrical quantity. Similarly, I can give example, another example where you are giving a pressure in a car. So that is a brake. So wherever giving you the pressure, brake pressure, or this is how much pressure you have given. So if you give more pressure, more electric current is increased. Whenever that less pressure, less electric current. So whenever this pressure is, some sensor is there, that pressures will convert to the electric. This electric current is the now analog electric current that is converted to the digital part, and now computer will start computing. So this way, that is that tools are in the factory management and etc. Depict the start time and the length of the major tasks. So you have to define the starting time. So whenever it is starting, so probable finishing time also you can give. So these are the major tasks. Now subtasks are also there. Whenever the dependent task, so one subtask maybe depend to the another big task. So this subtask is, it is not completed, then a big task cannot be done. So these are linking, and that can be used for the monitor ongoing progress. Whenever you can see that is the tasks are moving, so there is a, we can give some visual part where some blue color, where some red color marks are there. These marks are increasing. So in the MIS, you can see is that progress. So you can see as a visual progress. Then you can understand that the 10 tasks are there. Some tasks are moving 10%, some are the 20%, some are the 50%, some are the 80%. So you can understand this is that. Now MIS will tell that is overall progress is the 60%. So you understand the 60% project has been completed. Now you understand somewhere is the problem. So some critical part is not completed and project is halt. So immediately you can go and you can check and you can correct it. So this way. So you can see that is the blue bar lines. Now somewhere is the 100% completed, some are the 60% completed, then some are the dependent. So whenever one is not completed, so second one may not be completed because it is the dependent part. It is going that arrow it is showing. So here the deep blue bars shows the time period for that. Sorry, blue bars are shows the time period of the tasks. Arrow is the depict for the dependencies, and black inner or deep blue, whatever you can say, these are the percentage of flow or percentage of work has been completed. That means progress. So this is one of the visual representation. So you can see in that respect of the time, how much it is the movement of the project, how much it is completed. So this is the advantage of the computer whenever you use for that. Otherwise, we have to always use a register book. We have to move the register book. We have to check where it is completed. Somebody has to be uploaded, updated, and some human errors are there. So that will be affected. The program evaluation and review technique, PERT, which is developed in the 1958 for the Polaris missile programs. So some can say it is a history part, used to extensive for the Cold War projects such as the Corona and SR-71, time estimates, schedules, and interdependencies of that systems, and visualize the network model. That is that part. Here it is the representation of that. So here you can see that is the dependencies of there. It is the movement of part is there, and here you can see, and whenever you put in that previous one this way, and through that you can generate the part chart also in the computer. Similarly, part art and developed at the same time, so defined emphasis as the critical path of the longest set of tasks determining the overall time of the project, because interdependencies are there. Whenever you don't know the critical path, through that if you do the project, you can get the minimum time for getting the output. It does not mean the all time you can follow this critical path, but this way you can get an idea that is what is the critical path and how to solve this project in this path. And cast time estimation, that is the shortest time required for the in case of emergency situation. So here is the shortest path is that emergency situation, but you cannot go all time the shortest path. Why? Because that shortest path if you cannot take because you may have that resource limitation. Maybe if you go for the shortest path, so you have to take that say 100 labors, but by any means you cannot go beyond the 60 labor, so you cannot go that crash path. And you have some machinery level also. So we have a machine, say lathe machine. So lathe machine has some restriction for the work. If you have that labors also, you have the lathe machine, but lathe machine, one lathe machine is there, and it has some times to limit their work. Because if you have the two machines, you can do, but if you invest for the another machine, it is only help for the crash time only. After that, it may not work because you may not have the next time that much of work to use the two machines. So this way, if you go for the crash times, it may not be feasible for do the program in that system. Now, critical path, so another presentation, and you can understand the why the critical path is there. Time estimation given in the notes, and it is cast times are there. Critical paths are the highlighted in the red color, others in the blue color. So you can go in the run in the parallelly, and finally you can do that. So that you have to do a trade-off where you can run the project in the efficient manner, because we have a restriction of the resources. So if we go in that crash time or the some critical time, so that you have to make a trade-off where your resource and other to manage, so that you can finally make it the efficient output of the project. That is the critical path method in the chart is given that. Now implication, project success can be measured in this way, because you can understand that is a visual output of that in the system can be used for the customer satisfaction. And for that, because customer feedback is also important, the business can be used for the sales, because whenever you think for the project or whenever you can think for a product, that is sales is the most important part. If your sales is not improved, then you have to go for the management department. So here the digital marketing is coming in that part, and there is a separate discussion for that also, to increase that is the sales for the business and digital marketing part. In the problem solving, can establish in the matrix in each project phases. So you can put it in the matrix format, which part is that solved, that means which module has been completed in which part. So whenever you completed it, this module will tick mark, and you can get a visual presentation in the two-dimensional system. So this two-dimensional system, you can see that visual presentation of it. So it will be one of the good tools where you can show at a glance in two-dimensional matrix, that is how much and which part has been completed. And this visualization is very, very important. Here, this section we are using for our learning management system also, whatever the task has been given to the students or participants or the trainees, and who is completed this part. If it is completed, then it's ticked. If it is not completed, not ticked. So as a manager or the project controller, as a teacher, or you can see that part where it is completed or not. And this visual representation is very, very important, because if you do and checking every day by using the register and by following to change your pages, that is a very complicated things and complicated programs, and it is not possible to remember everything. And if whenever the components are very large, so you have a 200 students and each student has given the 10 tasks, so 200 into 10, 2000, so 2000 things you cannot remember. So you have to show in a project part as a two-dimensional matrix, and you can check. And whenever you can put your cursor or something, the software will tell that is this particular portion has been completed, and when and which time has been completed. So that is the most important part. Can tie with the goals in the matrix. So that is the things. Whenever we can say subtasks, so subtasks is the each goals. So if we have a 10 student, so 10 student, and so one topics say has the two subtasks or three subtasks, one subtask. If it is completed, that means one topic has been completed. So you can understand. So you can think, if some student or if some part of the project is lagging in some portion, so two-dimensional matrix, it can tell that is a portion is that left behind. So we have to take the special intention or special attention for completion of this. And whenever we think for the subtask, so no child left behind, because no child notes or no small subtasks should be leave blank, because otherwise if you do a paper mode, so something you can forget it, some critical portion you have not completed, and by that way project will become incompleted. So these things you can see in the two-dimensional matrix presentation whenever you go for a computer-based system. Now software tools are there, dozens of the programs are available, commercial desktops are there, Microsoft project is there, Primavera are there, open source is the project libra, dot project, web-based is the open project. These are the software tools are available. So you can use any of them. Microsoft, you know, understand that is that proprietary software, you have to purchase it. Now go for the open source project management tools. Open source tools, again, I want to give the definition. The open source where that source code is available for free, which means that is a business can be used the tools without license. If it is free and open source or FOSS, then it is fully free and source code is available free of cost. Like I can give one example for the Odoo. Odoo is the open source, but all the part is not free. You have to purchase the Odoo. But some components, project management part, etc., is getting a free of cost. So you can get it. And it's a big one. You can go for the web base also. You have to pay for that. However, users have to take care of the software maintenance, customization, and data backup. So whenever you go for a open source part, you have to take that maintenance part, you have to take customization if you required, and data backup. So that is the important thing. So we have the common practice, because here I have to say something in this for data backup. We have a common practice that whatever we do, we keep it in the desktop. Desktop means I am not telling this desktop, because computer screen. So you can, most of the persons, those who are using the computer in their what I can say Microsoft based system, we can find in their main screen, which we are telling as a technical language, that is a desktop, where you find n numbers of icons, maybe some 100, 110 icons. So these are there. Whenever it is required, they are double clicking it, and they are opening it. This way they are running maybe months after months, maybe years after years. So they are using it. But this is a very bad practice because you have to keep the data backup scientifically. Because this part I also have to tell, don't do this type of desktop part icon is that first screen for that. What is the problem in that case? Your computer is there, one fine morning you find and your computer hard disk may crash. All the data has been lost because your computer hard disk is mechanical hard disk and it is crash. So what you have to do for that purpose, how to prevent it? First of all, whenever you do your work in any software, anyhow, software will be installed in your computer. But whenever you keep it working, keep it in a separate hard disk. And I think I will suggest you this hard disk should be solid state. Try to avoid that is that external hard disk in the mechanical hard disk. So solid state hard disk. Keep all the data in the hard disk. Whenever you require, you carry this hard disk, you open the data from that hard disk and you run the data or you run this software through this your laptop, desktop, your PDA, your mobile phone, whatever you have. You may be tab, you may be Apple Macintosh machine, whatever it is. You open it through that external hard disk. And now you can keep the data backup to that from that hard disk to the another hard disk. So multiple backup you should keep it so that you can save. One fine morning you find that your solid state hard disk may crash. So another one should be there. From that you can take a backup of it. So these things. Now presently we are finding the backup in the online system. I think most of you who have that is OneDrive, something is available in the Microsoft, which is synchronized in your Microsoft Office. Whenever you work, you can access it to your mobile phone, access it from your Mac machine, access it from your Windows machine. And so you can access and you can work it. Whenever you do, it will automatically save there to that any system and it will run. So any part of the world, any part of your device, you can open it, provided that if you have a new device, you have to log in there and you can work there and you can save it there. So that is one of the method. But whenever you go for this, you have to purchase the space from the Microsoft. And if you take that is the offline or hard backup, so you can keep it the multiple hard disks, and that should be the solid state hard disk. That may not be the mechanical hard disk. So that I think that is a better way to keep your data in that places. And another thing you have to think for the multiple backup, because that will be helpful for you. Any device anytime may be crashed, may become faulty. And now that taking the data backup from any mechanical hard disk also or solid state hard disk also very costly. If the data is crashed, whatever the cost of hard disk, it will be multiple the hard disk cost will be impunged for taking the backup of it. So that is a suggestion is the multiple backup you keep it for your all work. Now again, we go for that open source project management tools, POS and calls. POS is the no license fee. There is basically no software license cost, and it is the free available tools. That is called the free and open source one. I have already told. Flexible, extensive features are there, and it is possible as you can make it changes to the source code. Because you have a lot of flexibility is there, you can do it yourself, because generally open source software, or if it is free form, all the components are given. But proprietary software, whenever you go for some components, you have to purchase, you have to give the money. If more components, more money. So you can see the number of components are available, you have to pay more. So that is that part for the proprietary part. Whenever you go for a open source part, these things are not arises because it is free. Only thing is you have to some expertization is required. You have to do some expert and do your work. Oh, if you don't know, you go to the community and community will help you. A strong user community can be leveraged for fixing the software errors and upgrades. So that is an advantage because whole world is your family and is your I think your friends, and generally a lot of help. You can get a number of these community-based societies are available for each software, or if you are not go for this software community, if you can get a separate communities available like Quora and others, they are ready to help because all the volunteers are ready to help in the world. You may not know who is he or who is she, but they are helping you. Sometimes they are doing it anonymously, so they are also doing that. So you don't know who is helping you, but you are getting your help and your work is completed. So that is basically advantages of community-based software or community-based tools where you can use that is that community in the errors and updates, etc. Now cons. Everyone has a pros and cons are there. Poor quality of service. There can be issues, especially if you entirely dependence on the user community for building new features. Obviously, because it is a free, so who will give you take your money and who will give you the service? Because in that open source software or free and open source software services you have to purchase because there is a business opportunity. In that cases, you need not to bother for that this community because services you have to purchase and community are helping you. Sometimes all the questions you may not get the answer and you have to search it yourself. So your intelligence will work. Advantages, you need not to pay for that because whenever you go for the paid version, it is huge cost. Sometimes depends upon that because Odo is very costly that paid version one. I know you know that is whenever go for the ERP part, SAP is very costly. Now software is a security part is that considerable part in the IT knowledge or the dedicated team of the software expert to implement the security measures and etc. Obviously, you have a software expert group and software management group or system management group should be there. They will help you. If you are expert enough, then you can do yourself. And another things, it is just like like your interest. If you have a good interest, you can do it. If you have the less interest, you may not do that help. So it is entirely depends upon your interest. So your creativity. So all that you can solve these problems. Problems will come. Total cost of the ownership can be high. Consider that users have to set up the software, customize the features, and pay for the maintenance. The total cost of the software quickly adds up. It may be lower than the subscription cost of the small business. But this part, if you yourself can handle, that is user setup for the software, customization, features, maintenance, if you can handle yourself, so that is it will become the zero cost. So if you are expert, then you need not to think for the subscription because you will do yourself. And it is not a very complex. If you learn yourself, and it will be help. So this is where these cons you can overcome to that. If you have a interest, if you can learn and you can do it. Now, what are the low-cost project management tools? So low-cost tools. While a project management tools can be both on the premise or the cloud-based, it is typically the latter which is more affordable. As a subscription-based model, its cost usually include the software maintenance and the support. because whenever you go for a cloud-based tool, because you may not install it in your own system, you want to install these tools in a web-based manner. So whenever you take that web-based tool, you can put everything in the cloud, and whenever in which places you record, you log in it through your browser, through a device, maybe a PDA device, maybe any device, and you can access. So this is for the small part, so small component. It is very easy to use and it is maintainable. But the data is not with you, the data is somewhere else. Now, 5 best web-based open source project management software. And that is one is that Rational Plan, OrangeCamp, Open Project, Odoo, Taiga, are the web-based. And the offline is the Project Libra. So I am telling you that source from where I get this information, because if you go for the Google search, you can get that is that 5 sites they are giving you the 5 list. But these are the some I think popular one: OrangeCamp, Open Project, Odoo, Rational Plan. These are the one of the common one, and it is known. So you can get, and Odoo now are giving a lot of advertisement in Facebook and others. And Project Libra is the zero cost in the offline mode, because whenever we are telling that it's Microsoft Office, there is a parallel software which is available in the open source and free of cost. That is the Project Libra. Sorry, that is that LibreOffice. Initially, it was that is Open Office was there. Now it is because I think Sun Microsystem has gone out, so it is taken by another company. That is the LibreOffice. LibreOffice is the fully parallel of the Microsoft Office. Almost 90% of the Microsoft Office work you can do it in the LibreOffice. So LibreOffice is that important, and almost all critical work you can do it in that LibreOffice, and I have used a lot. Even though I am presenting today this presentation in that Ubuntu Linux operating system, and it is that LibreOffice impression and is that. So I am showing you presentation in the LibreOffice only. So that part you have to understand, because open source tool is very important. And another is the China-based software is the WPS Office. WPS Office is almost parallel to that Microsoft Office. It is almost icons are the same as the Microsoft Office. Problem is the WPS Office is the open source, but whenever you open anything, I found a problem, because whenever you try to open this WPS Office work in Microsoft Office or LibreOffice, it will not open. It will give some lines. So be careful, don't use this WPS Office. That is a problematic one, because most of us, whenever we go for the presentation, we go for the PowerPoint presentation mode, and it is mainly the Microsoft. And whenever you use the Microsoft, there is a parallel one is that LibreOffice. It is a fully free of cost. You can go through that. If you don't have anything, you can go for the browser base. Google is giving the support for that. That is parallel to the Office. So you can do almost 80 to 90% work through that browser-based Microsoft Office or browser-based Office. And Project Libra is one of the same part like that for the project management. And it's offline. You can install it in your Linux-based system, in your Microsoft-based system also. So now go for the small showing how it is. It can be observable in that software. These are the basic screen for the Rational Plan, and that is the important part. So Rational Plan software is a simple project planning software that helps to project management, allocation resource, manage portfolio, and manage workload according to the requirements. It provides tier-wise access with both management and analytical tool for monitoring tasks, It also provides the additional storage capacities, because whenever you go for the web-based system, so rational plan is the important. It's basically a web-based one, and it is the features are the task creation, assignment management, Gantt chart, project map, etc. These are the things are available features in the rational plan, and it is false. It has an interactive user interface. The Gantt chart compressible is the web-based. It is a web-based. Basically, it is a web-based one browser, and it is work in a browser-based. Sorry, whenever it is a web-based, basically it is a browser-based. Apart from the operating systems such as Windows, Linux, and Mac, whenever you are thinking is a browser-based, first it is that works in a Windows machine, Linux machine, Mac machine, or even Android machine also. Cons of a rational plan: while exporting to the Excel, or sometimes it loses the data. So, it is practical output, practically getting the problem, because sometimes it is available, but sometimes the data loss are found. If the application is closing, it loses the sensitive information. So whenever it is application is closing, it loses the sensitive information. That is a practically available. And rational plans, it is pricing. It is a completely free and open source project management. It is a web-based also. So software with one-time license and subscriptions is required. So that is, it is available, and this way it is, sometimes it is good. Whenever it is for a small project, that is work fine. Whenever it is a big one, it may not work. Point scam, it's one of the popular one, and this is the screen which is available in the first screen type. And point scam, as the name of suggests, is the comprehensive project management solution which employs the agile techniques such as Kanban workflow board and scam boards. It is quite helpful to starting off and the SMEs and others. Apart from the startup package, OneSpan provide an open source version also with a plethora and features such as mobile application, resource utilization, and progress tracking. So this type of advantage are there. OrangeCap is one of the very popular one, and it is open source version is available. It is the paid version is available. It is the mobile application is available, and others critical works can be done through that OrangeCap. First of OrangeCap, absolutely free and open source. Intuitive UX is there. Advanced tools, efficient task managements are there. It is a good one. It's a very popular one actually. No subtasks, consider no subtasks management is there. OrangeCam is an open source project management software. However, for the additional features and stable UX, and the startup package start from the 645 rupees per month. I am telling you some old prices, because it is an open source but not a full free one. Some part you have to purchase, some part is available free of cost. So OrangeCam is important. Now I think most of the part you have to purchase, at least some you have to pay, otherwise you cannot work, because some basic things are they are giving, and it is web based also. Now open project. So open project is allowed that it is one of that part is available in that screen. Now open project software is one of the most equipped open source project management solution, and is known for its team communication, project management, and project planning features. It multi-phase module provides the user access and the first to last step for the project management. It provides some of the best management tools free of the charge, such as Scam and Agile. It also offers the users analytical and report management tools for a comprehensive project management experience, and from that you can generate the MIS also. Features for the open project, agile Scrum tools are there, task management is there, roadmap and release plannings are there, budgeting part is there. This is somewhere it is lacking for the other one also. Pros of the open project, it is user friendly. Tools like Scam and Agile makes tasks easier to manage. I think my others speakers may discuss that other these portions. Cons does not provide the wide ranging of the customizing features. Its landing page needs more work and added functionalities are required. Pricing, it is quite lower cost. Premium versions start from 391 per month. I think something more you have to pay. You have to check the latest one, what is the cost for that. Now coming to that, one of the world most famous project management tools, that is called the Odoo. Odoo is a big and huge. If you are expert in a Odoo, I think people will call you from your residence because Odoo is such a tool, and it is some part is the open source, sometimes is the some part is the you have to purchase. Odoo is just a project management software, but a one-stop integrated system which also provides the management tools for announcing e-commerce, HR, inventory, manufacturing, and sales, to name a few. Basically, it is a ERP tools. So these are the Odoo software is ERP tools. As the project management is a very small part of it. I think maybe some 2-3% of it, or maybe less. I can't say what is that in part. Odoo is an open source CRM and ERP, also offers an open source edition that has a less features than the premium edition. However, it still provides all the necessary tools for the team to manage their tasks and projects. And the learning the Odoo is also difficult. You have to get a number of videos are available in that YouTube, and from there you can learn the Odoo. Odoo is one of the best tools, but is a huge because it is required for the big projects. And features for the Odoo: Kanban boards, pivot tables, file management, time tracking, calendar. All the things are synchronized in that Odoo. Pros of Odoo, it has high customization possible. Any part, any places, you can use it in the educational institute. You can go for a, I think, road making project. You can go for a big other factory project. You can go for a run a factory by using Odoo, like that, and easy to use and fast and adaptable. It is very fast. It is working fine. It is online basis is there. You can download it and you can install in a server. You can run it through that as an open source basis. But cons of the Odoo is obviously there. Lack of in-depth analysis. Difficult to maintain without a dedicated IT department, because for maintaining of Odoo is difficult because it is a very complex and you have a good expertise. If you have a good expertise, you will be a Odoo master, and whenever you have Odoo master, you may not think for a job because people will call you. It is such a difficult and such a complex, but if you can read it from that YouTube videos and others, so that you can maintain that Odoo very well. Now comes for the pricing. Odoo Community Edition is free. However, the individual users cost is 1433 per month. It is, I am telling you that I think 1 year old price, but it is maybe very. I cannot say that is a pricing it is there, but it is depends upon is that of which component you will take. So according to that, it will be giving the prices. Now Taiga is there. Taiga, okay, but it is not that much of popular. Taiga is a free and open source software source project planning solution and offers state-of-art agile Scrum tools. In addition to include the features including the task management, troubleshooting, backlog management, ticket management, wiki pages, and much more. one of its main features is that it can seamlessly integrated by the third-party management system. So here is the Tiger software is a lot of sorry, a lot of things are available, but it is not that much of popular. Features is there up to 3 members on a private project is okay. One free private and unlimited public projects are there. 3 MB storage, it will be given for your initial one. That much you can get it from online based system. And pros, Tiger, it has a user-friendly interface which helps in seamless coordination. Multifunctional Kanban boards are there. It's a very agile and Kanban tools can be customized. And through the report generation part is very good. Cons, it is user experience and the interfaces can be need a little work. It has also need to be configured so that it gets easy to navigate. Because you have to learn something. It is not that you can do it easily. So because it is not that much of popular, because it is user interface and others are not that much of good. Another bad thing is the software is not mobile compatible yet. So whenever you can give for a browser base, you do only open it in a browser, not in through a apps. So there is a big problem is that because today whatever you are thinking, I can say 99% the internet user using the mobile phone. So you are making a system for only 1.32% user. So that is not that much of workable and feasible. Pricing, it is a basic plan is the free of charge, while the premium plan cost is the 359 per month per team members on the yearly plan. Whenever it is the team members is one, it is okay. Whenever the team members or users are increasing, it is the multiplication of that. So here that is the major cons of it. Now comes for that offline based open source project management. Whatever we can tell, it is that online based because as the web based application is there, what's the key part or for the free data storage they are giving. So that is. Now here we are coming for the offline mode where you have to install it in the desktop. So Project Libra is one of that software which is for project management, which is available free of cost and open source, and you can install it the desktop, Linux desktop as well as Microsoft desktop. So this is a basic project Libra is there. You can write it in the task. I just 2-3 screens I will show you here. Here it has the dependencies part are there. It is the time frame is there. Interdependencies are there. So it is the first task, second task, third task, fourth task, like that. It is showing which are the dependent, and we can say that critical path where it is that run for which times it will take. Now go for that Project Libra software part. Project Libra is the leading open source alternative for the Microsoft project. It has downloaded over the 30 lakhs times. I think I can say it is the last year, almost 1 year back statistics. Now it is or maybe more than that. Over the 200 countries as between in the info world, that is the best open source software for the project management. And that award has been received by the Project Libra. It is compatible with Microsoft Project 2003, 7, 10 files. That means Microsoft Project, whatever the files are there, you can download it, you can run it. It can simply open them on a Linux, Mac operating system or Windows. That means it is that all 3 desktop operating system compatible. I did not use it iOS version because I don't know how it can run it in that Apple a tablet, that is iOS operating system. So, but Mac it is working fine, and I run it in that Linux system also. Features of it, it is completely compatible with that Microsoft project, Gantt chart, network diagram, WBSS, RDS charts, earned value costing, resource histogram. We'll discuss in details of that project Libra in couple of slides. Like some of the newer project method, that is brainstorming, rapid prototyping, focus groups, scenario-based planning, SWOT analysis, red teaming, Delphi method, source code control system, fault tolerance system, and planning that can be run in this project Libra and is free of cost. Some projects are showing here that is like that, which is generated from that part GIS base. And now we have some simple project management with e-Gram Swaraj part is also there, where that is that accounting, etc. It can be done. This e-Gram Swaraj is that Government of India use for that physical progress and etc. in that project. So just I can give 2-3 slides only. Now can go for the project Libra, some details. So this is that source are there. So you can download and install the project Libra. How to do that? I think I have some more 15-20 minute time I can get. Jantuda. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Can I get another 15 minutes, 15-20 minutes?
Yes.
Can I continue now?
Yes, sir.
Because I heard that it is 8 o'clock, so I think 15-20 minutes I have started late, so I can.
No, you continue. No, sir,
Okay.
you continue.
Yes. Now, how to work? It is this project Libra part. Now I can go some more details because installing. I think this is the part whenever we go for that details for the itemable part is first we have to give more time, but okay, towards time we can get. We are designing the system accordingly. So for downloading and installing and running the project Libra, that part also we have to tell. If it has a Windows operating system, it can be downloaded project Libra at the source codes. That website also has a latest version of the Mac or Linux also. That is a link we have given. You can just from my, if you get it, the PPT, from that you can click and download, and you can directly go to that HTML links. Once it is downloaded and installed in the project Libra, it should see like a window like given below in this way. So whenever it is installed, it is that first screen, it is there. You can do it in just like that in a Microsoft Office as Microsoft operating system, or you can do it in a Linux operating system. Whenever I am installed in a Linux-based system, so almost same. It is that looks are there. So create your first project. After clicking on the create project, you must enter some basic project details as seen in the screen. You need to enroll the following information about the project. Say I can give a name of the project: high-end lawn furniture. Manager name is Parthamuthi Bhattacharya. I am giving my names. Starting date is that March 4th, 2020. Yes, I am giving some arbitrary date actually, not a real-time date. And now this is that way where you have given that details, data enter in that. What is the screens are coming? It's like that. Now adding your faster continue after you enter your project details, because you have given your basic inputs in that. So you are ready to create your first task. As seen it is a table above the type in that separate field, because I have given you the next slide for the details. Appropriate field to the task name, that is the duration, and the start time. Because whenever you give the time, so automatically others will be taken because duration you have given. automatically it is date and time will be included there. The finish date, either it will calculate as per your duration or if you can give it directly. To take a moment to change the duration 1 day to 20 days, and the notice how the chart will write the changes. So that also you can see that line here, it will be increased. So here you can see it, because it is a spreadsheet, like I think may not be visible. If it is visible, so that you can say it is a duration is there. When if you can give that start time and day you are change, automatically finish time it will be completed in the spreadsheet and it will be shown in that line. So I think that is the visible for your part. Changes on the right of the window is where you will see the project Gantt diagram, and it will be come back to this, just like that. You can see here is the red color line is there. I can showing it in this way so that you can see it in this part red color, because it is the one task you have added. Now referring to the image, you may see the how many hours it takes to complete the task, because you are given the date and time and you have given the days. So from that you can calculate that hours. You can checking by clicking the column duration while the insert the column and then choose the work. So this is like that, and that you can give that work and details, all the things you can enter it. Now it will be show like that you have given that details, and one by one you can put your task like names and others continuously. So it will give this part. So next task you will give the next one, because 1, 2, 3, 4 it will be given there. Now you can see your the tasks, the total hours after showing the total project work hours. Double click on the tasks record for the different viewing option. For example, double click on the meeting in the plank so that you can see some tasks options are there. Here, or you can give the days and others. So whenever you double click it, it will show this window. Here you can change, you can do in the boxes. In that options you can put your changes. Now duration and the work represent the task duration, start represent the task is start, and the finish is the calculated automatically because you have given the duration. And you can estimate it if you are not sure about the task duration, so you can take it in the estimated duration. You will see the question mark near the duration. So here that is the duration part, you can see. If you may not know, so you can put it in this way. Here the 0 days may be coming in that duration. So this way you can see these changes for this task. Now connected in the task, because one task you have added, second task you have added. So one task will be depend to the other task. Scientific approach to the industry, and one of the most fundamental actions that you will do when the planning a project in connecting the tasks on the another, as the start of some tasks and depends upon the other tasks, then others for completion of that. It's showing in the image in the below in the left where there is a drag and drop in the first task. So you have to drag and drop to the link to that then to start, so that second and third start will be there. I can show, I think, yes, here. These are 2, 3 tasks is there. So whenever you can drag and drop from that one to another. So when this task is end, second one is that dependence. So if you can say second to third dependence, or second to third or fourth, whatever is like that, I can go for the previous one. So drag and drop in the first task so that shown in the images. So your task is now dependence on the others. Red task means the task is dependence to the blue task, means the task is interdependent. As you can see that images below, it is This is a great way to visualize your project's critical path, because next you can find the critical path for that. So you can see that where how these are connecting to that one task. So you have to or take a drag and drop from that. Here it is the third one to second one dependency. Third project is the dependency. Third task is the dependence to the second task. So this way you can connect it for that. So that you can understand so that dependencies of the tasks. Complicated the project leave the tutorial part. Don't forget to save your project, because whenever you are doing some that, because here it is not for that details for the project leave the tutorial part is there. It is available in the link. So I'm giving the link for the part 1, and so that is available and you can download it from the link. Actually, this class we have not that much of leverage to discuss for that project Libra details for discussing it, so that whatever we are thinking that just I will give a simple part, but it is available. So now whenever go for the next level, so we have to go for the planning part. So define a project, what I have to do. The first step for the project planning, defining a project, set up the project objectives, because you have to keep it in the first in a paper. You have to understand first, identify that sessions are there, discuss the collaborative and individual responsibilities. So that is the important part. Now set up the timelines. Whenever you set up the timelines, then put it in the software. Then you go for the interdependencies. So this way we have discussed. So this is the part and where the tools are available in the market, which are the most important, and which are the web-based tools are available, which are the open source tools are available, and desktop based tools, that is offline mode tools, is the project libra is there. It is very very important and very, it is available in that free of cost. It is a very good tools. If you want to learn more about this, it is available in the link I have given in that ppt, and if you want I can share it also, or so that you can get the link and you can go for the more learning of this part. Now, as a conclusion of it, project management provides a framework for planning a large-scale project, because I have already told, whenever you do first level, second level, third level, fourth level, or earth level of that part, so it will become a small component. Whenever these small components you solve it, you complete it, then layers are completed. And whenever that layers are there, these are the tasks. Now these are the sub tasks, then sub to sub tasks, this way, and this is the project that is tree is becoming, and you can make it in a two-dimensional matrix format, or if it is required, so n-dimensional matrix format also it can showing, depends upon the size of the project, big project. So it can show that is in that computer-based system. Tools aid in organizing the connecting and visualization requires work, because whenever it's a big project, you cannot remember who is interdependent and which projects are coming to which link. So it is not so easy for that. As it you are doing it the paper, it is not that much of easy. Whenever you do initial part starting from the paper, because you have to plan it, so after that you have to go for that computer based system, and you have to find any of the tools for that visualization. Now likely to encounter your future career, but whenever you are thinking for that, so you have to find for which is the tools, and you try to make yourself to learn it, these computer based tools. It will help to increase your career. If you want to go for a job market also, some of the expertise. If you have it, it will increase your selection in that job. Or if you want to do yourself some work in a project part, so here also you will use your these tools. Even though if you are not want to do anything for your day-to-day work, where you have a good management you want, you can use it, and that will help to maintain your things easily. You need not to remember it. You need not to open your register to show you open one by one pages. You have to search it, and again you can find which one is working. So in that case, you use that software tools, and you can do your things in such a way that it will run it in a very efficient manner. So I think this is that end for this part of discussion, and I can go for question answer session. I think I may get some 5-6 minute time if you have that part for that, so that it will be helpful for you. So I discontinue my presentation part. So I can now I stop sharing my part. So now I ask to the audience that is at some questions are here, because whenever I'm discussing, I hide hidden this part. So some questions are there. Kindly share the download link of the Project Libre. I have already given in my PPT. Whenever you get that PPTs are there. This session is the very site is the project management tools for that. So 5 tools I have given. Don't say it's the 5 are the best. It is some website is showing some more tools are better. So whatever I think this is one, I have taken some information from the some website. So this way I'm telling. So another tool, somebody will tell that Odoo is the best one. Somewhere in that OneScam is the best one, like that. So depends upon your work.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. I think
Sir, thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful session. Sir, as you said, the web-based project tools, and then offline mode tool, that is Project Libre. So what do you suggest, sir? I mean, which one will be the best, sir? Offline mode is best one, or web-based is best one, sir, in order to protect our data and everything, sir?
I think whenever you are thinking for using the smaller one, Project Libre is the best, because nobody will interface it, nothing. You can download, you can install it in your laptop or desktop. It can be run. Whenever it is a big one, then you can think. So that is a big ERP tools. Then the Odoo is the ultimate.
Okay.
But whenever for the smaller one, then Project Libre is the best. And you need not to purchase, you need not to depend on anyone. A lot of tutorials available in that YouTube also. You can simply download it, you can read the video, you can go ahead. And a lot of, I think, study materials are available in that websites also. So you can go to the Google and you can download it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Any question from audience side? Any? I think almost.
One more, can I ask, sir?
Yes. Any number.
So during 60s or 70s, as you said, that in PERT and then CPM models. So still, are these tools are using, sir, these days?
And these tools are using.
Okay.
These tools are using, and that is the how it can be modified and implemented through the software, that is we are showing. But I think almost you the management student part CPM we have to solve. I think now every day everybody are solving this tool. Flowchart, I think last decade, last century that has been developed, but still now we are using the flowchart. Who is the computer student is not doing the flowchart, so the same flowchart is applicable in any project, anywhere, any place. The tools are the old, tools are the common, but you have to use it for your benefit. What are the other tools used for the project management? I have already discussed. Microsoft project is also there. It is a good, but you have to purchase it, like Microsoft Office. So this is the one of the alternate, because these are the market offline tools are there. So I think whatever of this Project Libra tools, it will be open in the Microsoft. So if you purchase the Microsoft project management tools, so then okay. If you don't want to purchase, you can use for the Libra Project Libra. So that is a good one. I found for my discussion on my, I did not explore much more, but whatever we required, the work and etc. That is Project Libra is the best of all. Any question? I think 54 online participants are there.
Sir,
Yes, yes,
does
yes,
the-
yes.
does the project Libra works with the tabs?
With
Tab. Does the project Libra works with tab or only in laptop and desktop?
I think tab means your operating system is Android. I think Project Libra has not any Android version is there.
100%
And Android or iOS version is not there. I did not check for the iOS, but Mac it is work. I did not check it in the iOS. I may check it in the iOS is working or not. But Android it is not supporting. No apps are there till now.
Right. Thank you.
But yeah, it will work in that Mac. Mac it's working very well. Any question? I think now it is 54, 55 online participants are there. I am observing in that thing. So any question? I think it will be better. I can get your part. And I can request to Jantoda, if you take that session, you can take that exams part where the multiple choice questions and etc. You can use that LMS also, because my LMS is still working. That is partho-lms.in. So that you can use it. So any more question?
Sir, do you have any plan to share? Maybe tomorrow is the last session. I think so. So the project management, rural development project management is very important for development project manager. Those who will be involved in the project in future. Though I am learning, my stage is very initial learning stage. So I don't want to know short analysis. So after completing the project, so how to make short analysis of any project, development project, socio-economic or agricultural or any kind of project.
Yes.
So do you have any plan, or Jayanto sir have any plan tomorrow or any other day?
That thing Janto sir can tell what is his plan. For my plan is this part. So what is the Janto sir, what is the next session is there, Janto sir can tell, because still now I did not know the all that project, that is the program schedules and etc. And regarding that is rural development project management part, that is handling in that e-Gram Swaraj, that is from the Ministry of Panchayati Raj. They have a software where there is a action sub. Now it is connected to the e-Gram Swaraj. So there is a separate part, separate task, separately you have to learn it. So this way, if you can think, so e-Gram Swaraj part, if you want to learn, there is a lot of tutorials are there, but you know it is that NIC developed tool. Whenever you try to access, NIC may not allow all that part you can access, but it is running it in the practical mode. So that cases you can get some tutorials only.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
So any more question part? I think we are going to complete our time block, because I think it is now 8:16. So I can take permission from the Jayanto sir for conclusion of the session. Jantu sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
If anyone any question, please tell. Then we stop the session.
Okay, I have a question to you. I think Joyanto sir is missing today. He's here or not?
Sir was busy today.
Okay. So, yeah, just make a clear clarification regarding the MCQ question. So it will be held tomorrow or 15th December of this month.
Question will be give you 15th December. Tomorrow, sir is joined 6 p.m. Then you.
Okay. So tomorrow we'll get Joyanto sir available tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So I think I conclude today's session. I think I think Janto will share the PPT to you so that you can get, and you can get my contact also there. So my your mobile number as well as my email ID is also available there. If you want to communicate with me, you can do that. And also you are welcome if you want to ask after the session my communicate me for any type of question etc. You are always welcome. And we have that LMS part also there also. I have planned to do this type of programs. So I think I hope that in future we will do the program through that e-learning platform, because here it is that only meeting platform. So we will integrate it to the e-learning platform where it will be easy to communicate, or you can monitor also. There are in that e-learning how to manage the entire the classroom, that also you can show from that also that. And that is also another practical help for this project part and project money, and that means project monitoring part, better to say monitoring part. So I think this is the discussion, whatever today we have done. We can conclude here.
Partha sir,
Yes.
sir, for better understanding, just I want to know in the project Libra, if we put some data and if we put a timeline, graphical representation of activity against time, it will be shown.
Yes. There you can observe in that slide. That is, it will show blue color line where interdependent arrows and etc. Timing diagram. That is small windows may not visible properly, but if you make it directly to that my PPT and that slides, if you can make it larger, you can zoom. After zooming it, you can see that whatever the inside is written, and just you have to put it the data only. It will show the.
At present, we do in the Excel like that. That's mean we have not to use the like that project Libra will automatically.
Yes. I have given some arbitrary data because I did not for testing and generating this PPT. I have given some arbitrary data where the output I am showing it. Whenever we go for the large scale, so it is taking 1 or 2 hours session. Then we have to give some practical data, and it will give some practical output. So for that purpose, because Project Libra, when I take the session, then it will be for the you have to give the real-time data. So that will be give that real-time output. I show that just windows, whatever the coming, where you have to put it when the task and start time, end time, interdependency, start name, if it is not know the finishing time or not know the others, and then part CPM and details, it will be come to the others screen. That will be shown in that. But all the section I did not shown in the this presentation.
Okay, sir. And sir, one thing in future, if I come across any difficulties while I am going to use the project Libra on or like that, can I contact you at your convenient time?
Yes. You can communicate it. I have given my communication details in the PPT.
Yes.
Whenever it will be shared, so that you can get it.
Thanks a lot, sir.
And you are welcome to communicate me.
Right. Thank you.
So I think we may conclude the session. I think I may have some more sessions after that, so that I can go for this. I think control
sir.
part.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, sir. Thank you.
sir.
Yes,
Good night, sir. Good night.
yes. Good night. So I
Thank
think
you so much, sir.
yes. So okay, I am disconnecting my session part and etc. Okay. Good night to all.
Good night, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Everyone.
Good night, sir.